Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the installment of Scott Selections here for Sunday, December 27th. Now, I already did the first video on the NBA predictions where I went through my plays and the leans on the card. Now, for today's play of the day, we're going to be looking at college basketball. I know we took the day off yesterday. Kind of regret that now because all the leans that I had won, but I didn't share any of those, so nobody really cares. But it is what it is. It involved leaning with Kentucky, and that was going to be the play I was going to give out. But then I got cold feet because Kentucky is just awful. But they ended up losing by keeping it just close enough in order to cover by the slimmest of margins. So pretty unfortunate there. But anyway, looking at the play of the day here, we're going to be looking at one of our cash cows once again. And I'm sure once you see the title on the bottom, you know exactly where I'm going with this video. It's going to be between Drake and Indiana State. And I'm going with the Bulldogs once again. And the best line currently available is Drake minus 3.5 at plus 100 on Fox Bet. Mostly available at minus 3.5 at around minus 110. I saw Bet Online at minus 115. I think you'll see this probably close at around 4.5 or 5. I know Indiana State so far this season is undefeated at home, so they definitely have been sharp. But the issue is they haven't really played anybody. And if you compare who they've played against, their last win was against Southeast Missouri by 6. I mean, sure, congrats on the win, I guess. But Indiana State, 3-2 so far this season, have not played a conference game in the season. They've been a non-conference opponent by 14. Lost to Purdue by 14. Lost to St. Louis by 19. Both those teams are pretty good, though. Ended up beating Ball State by 10. I am impressed by that, so that's a good win. And they beat Southeast Missouri by 6 in their last game. However, the main issue that I have with Indiana State is I simply just don't think this team has enough firepower to deal with Drake. Drake is averaging 86.4 points per game. Indiana State's averaging 69.2. We've talked about Drake multiple times, and they have not let us down so far. They're 9-0. They've won every single game this season by double digits. In addition to the 17-plus points per game, they're also shooting roughly 12% better from the floor. They're giving up 9 fewer points per game. Drake's also averaging 8 more rebounds per game. So this team should dominate on the boards once again. They should find very, very efficient shots. And I think that defensively, they should have some answers for Indiana State, who offensively has struggled a bit as they only scored 72 points against the likes of Southeast Missouri. But looking at Indiana State's stats so far this season, they are a good free throw shooting team. I'll give them credit for that, shooting 74.8% from the floor. However, they are also averaging 14 turnovers per game, and they are also only shooting 26% from the three-point line. So this team really struggles to stretch the floor, especially from behind the arc, and I think that will be a problem against Drake, as Drake has enough offensive firepower to easily score 75 or 80 in this game. And I really question if Indiana State will be able to keep it close. Now, Drake, if you look at their numbers, they're shooting – so in contrast to what I said about Indiana State shooting less than 27% from three, Drake is shooting over 42% from the three-point line, and they're also averaging more than a turnover. I should say they're averaging 12.2 turnovers per game instead of 14 or in change. So they have been better keeping control of the ball. Now, Drake just has a lot of guys who can contribute. They're also really good on the boards, I said before. At the end of the day, I know that Indiana State is only a 3.5-point underdog, which seems like a little bit of a trap line. I don't really see it. I just think Drake is the best team in the conference by far. I talked about them for a couple of videos, and I feel like all of you know just how good they are. You compare them to the rest of the conference, maybe Bradley can give them something, or maybe Loyola Chicago. But in my personal opinion, I think this is the best team in the conference, and I simply think that Drake should be able to do enough to win this game by at least 5 points. So for me, 3.5 is a little bit too low, especially with an Indiana State team that seems a little bit offensively challenging, now facing an offensive juggernaut that has not faced so far this season. Plus, you don't have to worry about a look-ahead spot for Drake because they end up playing Indiana State again tomorrow. So it's not like they have a huge high-profile matchup up next. I think they'll be able to look directly at Indiana State, prepare a good game plan, and end up taking care of business. So the play of the day in college basketball here for Sunday, December 27th, is going to be on the Drake Bulldogs minus 3.5. It's available on Fox Bet at plus 100. A time recording of 1:25 a.m. Eastern Time. Other than that, though, good luck to all of you and respect the best today. Bye, everyone.